Welcome back, neighbors, to the kitchen. Today we're gonna do one of my favorite Korean meat dishes. It's called suyuk, which means thinly sliced pork. It's the pork that you see in bossam, which is the pork lettuce wraps. It's the same meat, it's just called different. I know what you're thinking, Daniel, boiling meat, that doesn't sound great, but if you boil it this way and you pair it, remember the last video we made kimchi? You pair the two together, or you get some samjang, which is that veggie dip, and you put it on top and you eat with lettuce. It's brilliant. And best of all, I'm going to show you the easiest way to make it. So no hard ingredients, all common ingredients you can find. And we're going to just let the pot do the cooking while we sit back and enjoy life. We're going to start off with 1 kilogram, that's roughly 2 pounds of pork belly. If you go to the Korean mart, you can ask for suyuk. When you go to the Korean barbecue, this piece is just cut this way into thinner pieces, and then it fries a lot quicker. But again, they sell it in these big 통 samgyeopsal, which means whole samgyeopsal pieces like this. And this is the cut that we want for this dish. Like, there's different ways to make suyuk and bossam, but sometimes you'll sear it and then you'll get oil splattering everywhere. This one, we use no liquid, and we're gonna just put it in the pot and it's gonna cook itself. The fat will cook itself and the taste is there. We're gonna give these guys a quick rinse. That will take off any bone shards or any residual stuff that's left on them. And next, we're gonna tenderize it with doenjang. Right, that's that fermented soybean paste that you probably have in the back of your refrigerator. I want you to take out a big spoonful, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons worth. All right, about 2 tablespoons worth, it's good. And since we rinse this, there's gonna be a little bit of moisture on the surface, a little piece of doenjang, and then we're gonna just rub this whole thing with it. This is gonna help flavor, tenderize, and more importantly, gonna help reduce that gamey smell that you get with any type of meat. Don't you love it when you're able to just smush things with your hands and feel like a little kid? Right? Just have fun. Mush everything. By the way, this is enough for 4 to 5 people. Trust me, when you make it once, it's good to make a large amount and you can save the extra. We're gonna set this aside and let it marinate for around 30 minutes. Two whole onions. Cut them in half first, and then we can cut them into thirds. And just cut. Good. We're going to use the onions and an apple, and as the fat renders out of that pork belly, it's going to mix with the sweetness and it's going to cook everything together. 1 whole apple. Go ahead and cut this. We do want to take out the stem and the seeds because that's bitter. I want to slice them thin. That way we can get the flavors of the apple to come out easily. And then we want around 10 pieces of garlic. We're gonna trim off the ends. Beautiful. Since we're not gonna add any liquid, we wanna put the vegetable with a lot of liquid on the bottom. That's our onion. Make sure you detangle them. Some are big, just break them. Then we're gonna add in our meat on top. Got our last piece here. Garlic, let's put them in between and on top of our meat. All right, and then we're gonna throw in some bay leaves. This is wolgesuip in Korean. I'm gonna use around 4 leaves. This one is small, so 2. And then layer off with a little bit of our sweetness. And my friends, that's gonna be our apple that we put on top. Really simple, right? And that's the top layer of our cake. We're gonna put our lid on, and the most important thing is we're gonna steam this. If we want to cook with steam, we got to cover that. You can cover it with your finger, but I wouldn't recommend it. Instead, use a kitchen towel, wet it under some water, squeeze the extra water out, and then you could just park it over this. We're gonna cook this on a low heat, okay? Not medium low, low. All right, put this bad boy on. I'm gonna shift it so we don't have to see that towel. Then we'll put 1 hour or 60 minutes on the clock. Very good. The key thing here is don't open the lid, because as soon as you do, all that heat disappears and then it just doesn't come out as good as it could be. Rest assured, it's not going to burn as long as you have it on low heat and this hole is covered. That steam is going to continuously cook inside. All right, you guys excited like me? All right, that pork with the bay leaves and then the onions, all of that is coming into the air. I mean, I was sitting on the sofa, but I had to come and take a look because it's too enticing. The pork is slowly but surely getting cooked. All right, we're about halfway in, and if you take a look, you can see all of that delicious onion broth on the bottom. It's boiling away, and all the apples have changed colors too. Their juices are tenderizing that pork belly. Oh my goodness. Just as a side note, you can use a darker color doenjang paste. Mine, the one I used, was this very light color. But if you use a more darker color, like this color, this one is a more artisan brand, then the outside, the meat, it'll look darker. It's kind of like as if it was seared first. All right, it's ready. Woo, you could smell it in the air. Oh my gosh. This thing is done. Oh, it smells amazing. Let's open this piece up. Guys, we take a piece right here. Oh, I'm gonna put it in a pan. All right, then there's this piece. If we flip it around. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. These are our pork bellies. Oh man. We're gonna slice them up very thin, but I'm gonna give them around 5 minutes to cool down. That way when we cut it, it still stays juicy in the inside. All that liquid. All right, the key thing here, guys, is we want to cut it very thin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Wow. Chop this up. Guys, and take a look. All of our bossam. And then the missing piece will drop right here. And then all of a sudden, it all starts to make sense. Do you remember our kimchi that we made in the last video, the fresh one? Of course, we're gonna use some of that. Oh my gosh, and these two together, it's just an amazing combination. We'll take a few of this fresh kimchi. Oh my goodness. Put it right here. Maybe get a few more pieces on top. Traditionally, we eat this suyuk with some kimchi, and there's plenty of seasoning there. If you don't have any kimchi on hand, get some freshly cracked black pepper, put it on the top, as well as a little bit of sea salt. And for a little variety, I'm gonna add some shredded green cabbage. We have napo cabbage on the right and its cousin on the left. A little bit of microgreens. All right, guys, you know what? I'm gonna add just a little bit of cracked pepper because I just love it with a little bit of freshly cracked pepper.
They don't do that in restaurants.
Yeah, I know, but how do we eat this? Very, very simple. Allow me to show you what's up. We grab one of these. You have been selected, my friend. Meat, some fat meat. Beautiful. So much flavor right there. We get a little bit of kimchi on the side. You know what? Forget the rice today. We're going kimchi with pork belly, straight up. Oh my God. My mission here on earth is done. I'm done. Call it nirvana. Call it euphoria. 진짜 맛있습니다.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
아, 맛있게 먹네.
You know, this is the best bossam I've had. I don't usually like.
I know you don't like bossam.
Because of that meaty smell.
Yeah, that gamey smell.
I'm really sensitive to it somehow. But this one doesn't taste like it at all.
The 양파, the onion grabs all of it.
You did a great job, Daniel, with the new hair.
All right, the next day, if you didn't eat everything, good for you. You're doing some portion controlling. I have a little bit left, and what I like to do, no need to reboil this. Don't be silly. It's gonna be lunchtime, and I know you're gonna be hungry, so fastest way, just cut them. It's gonna be much easier to cut. Beautiful. All right, put that thing on a medium heat, and you know what comes next. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. No need for oil. Then you can put this in a lettuce wrap, go back to the kimchi and rice, or put it on as a topping for ramen. I actually think it even tastes better the next day. Oh my goodness. Yes. Guys, and we'll end the video with this, a modern masterpiece. Enjoy, guys.